Hey there! Are you a local homeowner here in Lemhi County? Or maybe you're looking to purchase a home. This video is for you. Let me show you how our local Lemhi County real estate market has been performing. Join me, Lemhi Fowler, your local real estate agent and realtor here in Salmon, Idaho. I'm brokered by eXp Realty, and I would like to show you a quick recap of July's real estate market statistics. So, let's take a look. Okay guys, I have to apologize. This doesn't look as clear as I wanted it to. I had the program set up to record my screen on my computer and it just was not having it today. I don't blame it. I've had those days where I don't want to work correctly. So we're doing a quick workaround and I'm recording it from my phone screen and just recording my computer. So I apologize for that, but at least you'll get the information. So the statistics that you see in front of you, these were taken as of July 31st. So at the end of July, we had a total of 42 active listings for the house, homes, and 24 land listings. We had 16 new home listings and 8 land. During the month of July, 8 home listings went under contract and 1 land listing went under contract as well. We had 6 homes sold and 4 land listings sold in the month of July. The sales price stayed pretty darn close to the original list prices for both home and land, with home sold prices being within 97% of the list price, and land was an astonishing 99% of the list price. The average days on market, we're going to skip over months of inventory and just go down a little bit. The average days on market is the amount of time a listing spends on the market before it goes under contract. Okay? So the amount it hits the MLS to when it got an offer on it that was accepted. For homes, this amount was 87 days. For land, it was longer at 131. The average sales price for homes was $365,617, and for land, $106,788. But let's take a look at what these compare for previous months of the year. When it comes to new listings, we always see an increase come springtime. That's a given. You can see that here in March and April. Homes really increased in March, whereas land increased more in April. And then it averaged out for the remainder of the months. Now, if we look at the active listings, we've seen the amount of inventory increase steadily from spring to the current month. This is great news for buyers, as more inventory on the market does mean a bit more of a shift from a seller's to a buyer's market. This could mean that we see prices stabilize a little bit more, especially if the trend continues. From this chart, you can see the spring push on land sales. You can see how they increased in April quite a bit. As April saw the highest month of listings go under contract. For homes, we had seen a steady increase over time. However, July did decrease a bit, and I believe that was due to the rise in interest rates that we saw mid-June into the July timeframe. They got pretty high there. They've since dropped down a little bit. In regard to units sold, June and July did see a decrease as interest rates rose and the market slowed after the initial spring push. Land sales, however, had an astonishing 14 listings close in June. This is very different from the normal, as you can see here. Normally it's only like 4 or 5 a month. So that was a great month for land sales. In list price versus sales price, you can see it hasn't changed much. This is the price comparison of the listing price the sellers are asking for versus what it actually sold for on closing day. So you can see here, homes have stayed pretty steady between 95 to 98%, and land has been between 95 and 99%. So there hasn't been a large variation in the differences between list and sales price. In looking at how many months of inventory we currently have on the market, you can see that June and July have had a steady increase up above the 6-month 5 and 6 months mark. This means we have 5 to 6 months of inventory of every house sold that was on the market, if we kept steady at the current sales rate of how many units we usually sell a month. So if this does continue into the winter months, we could definitely see a shift from the seller's market to the buyer's market, which means good things for the buyers, and we will see prices drop a little bit on the seller side and maybe see more incentives to the buyers as well. Now, when looking at average days on market, you can see that land has varied quite a bit. In spring, the average days on market were around 230. However, this is lower to be about 131 for July. And that's mainly, I think, because, you know, over the winter months, not a lot of people buy land. You can't see what the land looks like. It's covered in snow. And so we didn't see those get pulled off the market until that early springtime. For homes, however, it's remained pretty steady with an average of about 100 days, maybe a little bit lower on some days on market total. Now, Lemhi County's average sales price for homes has not differed much. It did drop down a little bit in April and then increase, but that wasn't much of a change. That was probably mostly due to which home sold that month. Land, you can see that kind of looks very strange with how high it was in March. Most likely a large land sale occurred in March, which drove that price up. You know, land can be anywhere from $55,000 for a town lot up to $1 million for, you know, hundreds of acres. So this really doesn't reflect much on land, but it is a good chart to look at when you're looking at sales prices for homes and trying to see what the market's been doing. Okay, so I switched it back to me so I can give you kind of a little bit of a summary of what this is going to mean for you as a buyer or seller. So all these statistics are only as good as how you understand how they would pertain to you. So if you're a buyer, I would recommend buying now. Don't wait. Sale prices aren't going to drop dramatically. There's not going to be a housing crash. You're going to see a slight leveling out as price corrections are made for the current market, because there are prices out there that are overpriced for the current market. Once that leveling out occurs, it's not going to be a huge drop. Interest rates are going to continue to rise. They're around 5, a little bit above 5 right now. And as the interest rates rise, your mortgage costs are going to increase. The thing about interest rates are, you're not tied to them forever. If the interest rates lower again, then you can refinance. If they don't lower and they increase, then you're going to be glad you went and got a loan now while they're only at 5%. So don't wait. There's not going to be, like I say, there's not going to be a market crash. And, you know, in 6 months, prices are going to start steadily increasing again. Your equity in your home will always be there. It'll slightly increase. Now, if you're a seller, I also recommend not waiting to sell. Now's a good time. There is a lot of inventory on the market. It's not going to be crazy like it was last year in springtime. Okay, there has been a decline. You really need to price your home strategically. Make sure you're not overpricing it, and expect that you're not going to get a multiple offer situation in the first 2 weeks, especially on homes $600,000, $500,000 and above. Those are going to stay on the market until the buyers that are looking in that market come into town. So be mindful of what to expect. You need to make sure your home is priced correctly, and it might take a little while to sell. So there's nothing out there though to be scared of. There are ways that you can incentivize buyers, and if you have any questions, I would love to chat with you. And my consultations are free. They don't cost you anything, and you can just come into my office anytime. But overall, it's still a good market. There's nothing to be scared of to purchase or sell a home right now. And if you need any help, give me a call. Anyways, this is July's market statistics. I'm sorry it was so long. Next month I'll try to sweeten it up and make it a little bit shorter, but I had a lot of catch up to do. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great week and take care out there.